Hey, campers! Today, we're counting down the top 5 best camping chairs that offer comfort, durability, and portability. Whether you're lounging by the campfire or enjoying a meal outdoors, a great camping chair is essential. But before we get started, make sure to check the link in the description below if you want to know about the price and other information. Let's jump in. Starting off at number 5, the GCI Comfort Pro Chair. This is the camping chair you're looking for. It's miles more supportive and comfortable than that sagging off brand version in your garage. The cup holders work well enough. Unfolding the chair is the only setup required, and it's a low enough price that you can buy one for each member of the family. This was also one of the few camping chairs I looked at that was backed by a limited lifetime warranty. That's not to say this chair was the best of the best. It was slightly less supportive than the Deluxe and significantly less supportive than the Dometic Go or Yeti Trailhead. It would slightly tip if you leaned too hard in any direction. And while the Yeti and Base Pro thermoses and beer fit fine in the cup holder, the silicone wine glass and camping mug were a no-go. But for its price, this is an excellent chair. One final note is that this chair had a noticeably higher seat than others that I tested, making it a great choice for taller individuals. At number 4, we have the Yeti Trailhead Camp Chair. If you want the best of the best, you want the Yeti Trailhead Camp Chair. It was easily the most comfortable camp chair I tested, somehow firm and supportive while also being springy and cushy. It's arguably more comfortable than any of the chairs in my actual home, let alone my current camping chairs. During testing, it also proved surprisingly stable. The design of the back of the chair prevents you from tipping it backwards. It was also very difficult to tip forward or side to side. That stability made for a slight trade-off in setup. However, there were a few steps involved to lock down the Yeti Trailhead, not all of them intuitive. I recommend you leave the directions stickers on the armrests for your first few outings. That being said, it's an assembly-free setup, so once you've got the routine dialed, it'll go quickly. One place where the Yeti Trailhead Camp Chair fell a little short was with the cup holder. While the Yeti travel mug fit perfectly, no surprise there. The travel mug didn't work at all, and both the silicone wine glass and beer were less stable than I would have liked, although I think you could get away with it without issue. That's a minor point, but given the high price point of the Yeti, I'm surprised the chair didn't include a second cup holder that could accommodate different sized beverage containers. Coming in at number 3, the Kelty Deluxe Lounge Chair. If you've been using a supermarket camping chair for a while, it's possible you've developed some affection for it. After all, that sinking in feeling when you plop down around the campfire has got to be popular for a reason, right? If that sounds like you, then the Kelty Deluxe Lounge Chair may be the affordable upgrade you've been looking for. During testing, I was impressed by how well it captured the experience of a classic camping chair while still being comfortable enough to sit in for long periods of time. Part of that is that the seat is longer than a typical camping chair, so that when you sit, your thighs are supported enough that you can really sink back into it. The Kelty Deluxe Lounge Chair lets you sink back even further by adjusting the angle of the chair back via an easy-to-use pin system at the foot of the chair, and it manages all of that while still being plenty stable, particularly when getting in and out of the chair. During testing, I was impressed by how well thought out the details of this camp chair were. While every other camp chair in my test came with a dedicated sack, the Kelty Deluxe Lounge Chair came with a roll mat that could be used as an additional sitting surface or for protecting items at camp from the dirt of the ground. Number 2 on our list is the Nemo Stargaze. The Nemo Stargaze is such a unique product that it almost deserves to be in a class of its own. It's arguably not a camp chair. If you need one of those, add our best overall pick to your shopping cart first. But if you've got your camping setup dialed in, and you're looking for something fun to add a spark to your next outing, this could be just the ticket. While the other camp chairs are connected to the ground by chair legs, the Nemo Stargaze is suspended between 2 support beams. It's a bit like sitting in a hammock, except you have significantly more control over the angle at what you're sitting at, and much lower odds of suddenly being ejected out of the seat. The name Stargaze comes from what happens when you lean back in the chair, while still fully supporting your back and seat. The angle of the chair leans far enough back that you can look directly at the sky without putting any strain on your neck. It's so comfortable you may even just leave it set up on your patio when you aren't actively camping. Despite having one of the largest profiles of any camping chair I looked at, the Nemo Stargaze boasted one of the smaller packed sizes. I was also impressed by the ease of setup. You need to snap pieces into place and situate the chair tabs on the frame correctly, but it was much simpler than I expected. The frame itself is very stable, although the chair does swing on it, as designed. And finally, our number one pick is the ENO Lounger DL. Let's get the bad out of the way first. This was by far the most frustrating chair to set up and take down of anything I tested. Not only are there a surprising number of pieces to snap together, but getting the pieces in and out takes more finesse and, at times, raw strength than the Helinox chair too. If you're camping, you've already allocated some time and space for tent setup. You don't want to have to do the same thing for your chairs. But that's not to say it has no purpose. The ENO Lounger DL had only a slightly larger packed size than the Helinox chair too, but was significantly more stable and more comfortable to sit in. That makes sense given that ENO is primarily known for their hammocks, and the lounge fit of this chair echoes the sensation of sitting in a hammock at times. It was a little more restrictive at the hips than I would have liked. If you have a larger base to accommodate, this might not be the right choice for you. While the ENO Lounger DL did come with cup holders, the only vessel in my test that seemed actually secure was the Yeti thermos. So there you have it, our top 5 best camping chairs for all your outdoor adventures. Be sure to check the links in the description below for the latest prices and availability, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more outdoor gear reviews. Thanks for watching, and happy camping!